The case just started. There was a gag order in between where the lawyers were not allowed to talk to the media. So there's lots of reasons maybe why people weren't covering it. I don't think it's a left-to-right issue because Fox News wasn't covering it. Well, conservative politicians started talking about it this week.
Okay, let me bring that part up, the Fox News part, because Donna, according to a search we did on Nexus today, since 2010, there were only 4 national radio and television transcripts which mentioned Gosnell's names more than 3 times, which obviously is a little bit different than Arin was saying, but that is all we could find. 2 from Fox News and 2 from NPR. That does make the argument that this isn't only on the right, obviously. More like it's not being covered by anyone.
That is correct. The Philadelphia Inquirer had over 300 stories in their newspapers since 2010.
Yeah, the local Philadelphia press did cover it.
That's correct. And also, in terms of the pro-choice groups, Kate Michelman, the chair emeritus of the National Abortion Rights Action League, she also wrote about this story and why this was a very important story. So I think people have tried to bring it up to the national level, but of course, as you well know, maybe it's not as sensational as some people believe it should be. I think when desperate women seek out, help, and they have so few options, poor women in particular, and they are forced to go to someone like this provider, it should cry out for us to talk about abortion laws. It is, after all, a medical procedure, and it should be regulated as a medical procedure.
Do you reject the argument that is being made by many on the right? I mean, as you know, all you have to do today is go on Twitter, go on the blogosphere, and the allegation is there that they say the mainstream media and those who are pro-choice have ignored this story because it makes abortion look horrific.
Of course I reject that, because your own evidence demonstrate that the mainstream right-wing media, with all of their various platforms online and other places, Breitbart was probably the only online institution that covered it. Look, this was a failure. This was a horrible, grisly story, and Ian is right. There was a gag order issue. We should all acknowledge that this story has not been on the national radar by either the left or